I never had summer, I had summer school. I spent from 1st grade to 4th grade attending summer school. In 5th grade, I vowed I would learn my English. That was a problem. English. My mother had decided to send her children to the American school so we could learn the language of the nation that would soon be liberating us.
You have to learn your English.
But why? I'd ask. I didn't know about my father's activities. I didn't know the dictator was bad. All I knew was that my friends who went to Dominican schools were on holiday to honor him. Meanwhile, I had to learn about the 50 states and where they were on the map, about Puff and Spot, about freedom and liberty and justice for all. Every June, Mom and I met with the principal. She's going to work extra hard, aren't you, young lady? The principal would quiz me at the end of each session. My mother's eye on me. I'd murmur, yeah. Yes, what? Mom coached. Yes, sir. The ground on which the American school stood had been donated by my grandfather. In fact, it had been my grandmother who had encouraged Carol Morgan to start her school.
You should be grateful. Not every girl is lucky enough to go to the Carol Morgan school.
In 5th grade, I straightened out. Yes, ma'am. I learned to say brightly, yes, sir, to wave my hand in sword-wielding swoop so I could get called on with the right answer. I thought of a fun summer. I wanted to run with my friends and cousins in the yard, to play on the trampoline and go to the beach. Maybe the American principles had finally sunk in. The summer of 1960 began in bliss. I did not have to go to summer school. Attitude much improved. My English progressing nicely. Attentive and cooperative in classroom. I grinned as Mom read off the note that accompanied my report card of peace. But the yard replete with cousins and friends that I had dreamed about all year. Family members were leaving because of the massive arrests. The U.S. had closed its embassy. My parents were terrified. Every night black Volkswagens blocked our driveway and stayed there until the morning. Secret police, my older sister whispered. Why are they secret if they're the police? I asked. Shut up. My sister hissed. Do you want to get us all killed? Day after day, I kicked a beach ball around the empty yard. I was bored. Even summer school would have been better than this. One day toward the end of the summer, my mother gathered my sisters and me. She was happy and smiling. Good news, girls. Our papers and tickets came. We're leaving for the USA. But why? My mother flashed me the same look she used to give me when I'd ask why I had to learn English. I was about to tell her that I didn't want to go to the United States, where summer school had been invented and everyone spoke English, but my mother lifted a hand for silence.
We're leaving in a few hours. I want you all to go get ready. I'll be in to pack soon.
She was sad. But there was no time to argue with her. We ran to fit our clothes into 4 cases. Our flight was scheduled for that afternoon, but the plane did not appear. The terminal filled with soldiers, wielding machine guns, checking papers, escorting people into a small room.
It's a trap.
I heard my mother whisper to my father. As the hours take away, and afternoon turned into evening and then into night and night to midnight with no plane in sight, the rest of the night is a blur. The next morning a plane lands, lights flashing. We are walking on the runway, climbing up the stairs into the cabin, an American lady wearing a cap welcoming us. We sit down, ready to depart, but suddenly, soldiers come on board. They go seat by seat, looking at our faces. Finally, they leave. The door closes, and with a powerful roar, we lift off and I fall asleep. Next morning, we are standing inside a large, echoing hall as a stern American official reviews our documents. He checks our faces against the passport picture. When he is done, he asks,
"You girls ready for school?"
"Yes, sir." The man laughs. He stamps our papers and hands them to my father. Then, wonderfully, a smile spreads across his face.
"Welcome to the United States."